New polling shows tight races in the GOP primary for the Texas Attorney General and the United States Senate. This is Thursday, February 26th, 2026.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State. The Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
We're already to Thursday. Thanks for spending part of your day with the Texas Minute. At the halfway mark in the application process for Texas' new school choice program, there's already more interest than there is funding available. More on that story coming up. But first, if you enjoy the Texas Minute, I hope you'll take a moment to share it with your friends and family. If nothing else, it gives you all something new to talk about. With early voting coming to an end tomorrow ahead of Tuesday's primary election, a new UT Texas Politics Project poll shows that Governor Greg Abbott is cruising to re-election among GOP primary voters with 91% support. Other races, though, are tightening. The survey finds the Republican Attorney General nomination contest has narrowed to a near statistical tie between U.S. Representative Chip Roy and State Senator Mays Middleton. They are at 40 and 38% respectively. State Senator Joan Huffman is shown at 9%, and former DOJ official Aaron Reitz is at 5. In the race for the U.S. Senate nomination, Attorney General Ken Paxton leads with 36% support, followed closely by incumbent John Cornyn at 34% and U.S. Representative Wesley Hunt at 26%. On the Democrat side of things, State Senator Gina Hinojosa leads their gubernatorial primary with 76% support. Seeking their party's nomination for the U.S. Senate, U.S. Representative Jasmine Crockett leads with 56% support, followed by James Tallarico at 44%. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick is urging the Texas Department of State Health Services not to issue Camp Mystic a license to operate until lawmakers complete their investigation into last summer's deadly flooding. That's drawing criticism from State Representative Wes Verdell. During the Hill Country flooding last year, 28 lives were tragically lost at Camp Mystic, including 25 young campers, 2 staff members, and the camp director. Lieutenant Governor Patrick said it is, quote, naive to allow Camp Mystic to hold camp as usual before all the facts surrounding the incident are known. Verdell, whose district includes Camp Mystic, publicly pushed back in strong disagreement. He said that after the, quote, unprecedented floods, the camp became the first to install a new flood warning system. For its part, Camp Mystic released a statement defending its right to continue to hold camp this summer as it's currently in full compliance, quote, with all aspects of the new state safety laws, arguing that there is no regulatory basis to deny them a license. Beginning on September 1st, the University of Texas at San Antonio will consolidate its current Department of Race, Gender, and Sexuality into the Department of Bilingual and Bicultural Studies. This action follows a similar decision from UT System's flagship campus in Austin. The current department promotes, and you're going to have to follow along with this, a diasporic, decolonial, and intersectional approach toward the study of race, ethnicity, gender, and sexuality in education, humanities, music, and the arts, and the social sciences. It claims to be, quote, dedicated to preparing students to be agents of change who will positively transform society. The consolidation impacts 3 academic programs: African American Studies, Mexican American Studies, and Women's Gender and Sexuality Studies. The move is not currently expected to impact staffing. It really feels like it's time for Texans to stop being forced to subsidize grievance studies and junk science programs at our state's colleges and universities. The Texas Minute will be right back.
Are you worried about your kid's future? You should be. I'm Charles Blaine with Texas Tomorrow. This is a show where we're going to talk about the issues and the people that are pushing the policies that concern your family, your home, and your kids. Catch Texas Tomorrow every Thursday.
Halfway through the application program, and 130 2,000 students have signed up for Texas' new Education Freedom Account program. Under the program, eligible families can receive state funds beginning with the 2026-27 school year to help cover private school tuition and fees, homeschooling costs, and other approved educational services. Because program participation is limited by funding, only about 100,000 students will receive accounts for the coming academic year. Applications will be weighed after the enrollment period based on educational and socioeconomic factors. The Comptroller's Office is administering the program. It's noted that most applicants so far intend to use the funds for private school enrollment. A smaller share is planning to use them for homeschooling or other learning options. It is worth noting here that more than 2,000 private schools have signed up to be participants in the program. You can find details on all the stories mentioned today and keep up with the latest news by visiting TexasScorecard.com. This edition of the Texas Minute was produced by Riley Edwards and based on the original reporting of Brandon Waltons, Eddie Hovland, Adam Kahn, and Sidney Henry. I look forward to seeing you out around the Lone Star State. Now, let's go make it a great day.